So today's video, here you go, brought to you by GrubTerra Grubs. Yes, my babies love these snackies. They're absolute wonderful snackies. And you get a discount from me. Who else? So go look in the description box below. Order you some snackies. So let me tell you this. If you don't have chickens, ducks, quails, birds, of that kind of thing, you don't have that kind of pet. Let me tell you. Get these. Just go ahead and get you a bag. Carry it with you in your car. Let me tell you why. I would rather you guys feed wild animals, wild birds, wild geese, wild ducks, whatever, because I see y'all do it. Don't feed them bread. Bread ain't all that good for them. Give them some of these grubs. It's in their natural habitat anyway. They're going to dig up a grub and eat it. Get them some of these. It's good for fish. It's good for reptiles. It's good for chickens, ducks, quails, guineas, all kinds of wildlife and fowl of them. I actually do give these to my wild birds outside. Go order you some. Keep them, all kind of bags, different sizes, different poundages. Keep it with you if that's what you want to do. Don't do the bread. Do the GrubTerra. Go get it. Links below. Enjoy your discount. Hey y'all, CrissyO here from CrissyOCluckyChronicles. Today, we're going to talk about taters. That's right, good old taters. Now these are new potatoes. So we're going to do a little bit of a cooking session with new potatoes. Then we're going to check on the fluffs, and I'm going to show you guys one of our quails that we had to bring in. She's got a little boo-boo, so we're having to tend to her little foot and her little leg. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing. If you want to be part of the giveaways, every time we do a subscriber milestone, I always give away some really cool information, PDFs, things like that, stuff that folks have been asking for. So just go sign up for the monthly email newsletter. That's on CrissyOShow.com. And if you want to get the babies a snacky, the coffee link is somewhere below. I don't know where it's at. But anyway, let's talk taters. Okay, so these are what we call new potatoes. Now, our neighbor was so awesome. They had somebody that had a garden, apparently, and dug up and had plenty of these taters left over. So what we're going to do with these new potatoes, if you can see, they've got the red skin on it. And if you rub it hard enough like this, see, that just comes right off if you wanted to scratch it. See how easy that comes off? Now some people don't like the skin on their taters. Some people do. I happen to like the skin on the taters because it's got a lot of extra iron and niacin and different types of things. It's good for you to eat the skin on the taters. But if you don't, I'm going to show you a little trick here in a little bit while you're soaking and washing and getting all this dirty dirt water out of here and getting all these dirt particles off your taters, because you don't want to eat dirt. I'm going to show you how you can scrub that off if you want to. See how easy that peels with your fingers? So I'm going to show you how we scrub that off if you don't want it. And then I'm going to keep a few of them in there for those that do want it. So we're going to boil some taters today, and we're going to use some frozen French style cut green beans. Now you can use a soft Brillo pad, the one that does not have the soap. Just the metal Brillo pad, or you can get you one of these hard scrunchy things here. It's got a soft side and it's got a hard side. I use this to scrub vegetables a lot. So if you see right here, if you scrub and you scrub enough, look at that, the peel comes right off, and the peel just curls up. It might stick here a little bit, but it curls up. So if you don't want to peel or use a peeler and you want to make sure it's good and washed, see how easy it comes off? It just comes right off. Now this is the way my granny taught me how to do it. She used a metal or a steel wool Brillo pad, and that's how we scrubbed and cleaned. And then you dip it back in the water like that, and all you have left is to cut out these little eye holes right here. She always says don't eat them. I've never eaten them. Any kind of little sprouts on the side or bug things, we just snip those off. You can also use a vegetable peeler, but I don't know, I'm kind of old-fashioned. I kind of like to just nip away at this and run a little water over it, and I don't like to get all the peel off. But, you know, for those that don't really like the peel, if you see, it might take a little bit of work. And plus, I have a hard time because I have rheumatoid arthritis. I was born with it. And, well, now it's just full-blown arthritis. So holding a vegetable peeler sometimes is not the best thing for me to do. So as you can see, you run it under a little water and you scrub it with one of these hard little smiley face looking scrubbers. I'm not sponsored by them, but hey, if they feel froggy, I'm happy to do that because I use one for my eggs as well. Alright, now that you've got your taters for the most part peeled pretty good and got the old eyes and bad spots cut out, we're just going to cut them in quarters. This is how I was taught. You cut them, you know, cut them in chunks like that. Now we can do one or two things. We can leave them big and thick and chunky like this, or we can cut them down and rough chopping them basically. Now you can slice them, sure. If you got you one of those fancy choppers and you want to slice them, go ahead, slice them and dice them. I don't like them too thick because it's harder for it to boil and get tender. That's all you want. So we're going to do this whole entire bowl like this. Our water's going to get boiling real good. I've already added the salt, the pepper, and a little bit of leftover bacon grease in my pot while it boils. So we're just going to sit here and we're just going to chop. Now we're getting ready to boil some taters, y'all. So I went ahead and peeled the taters because some of mine don't like the skin on it. And we're going to get ready to slice these taters up and we're going to boil them in this pot. Before we do that, this water's got to be hot and it's got to be boiling. So turn this rascal up on high. One of the things that you got to do is season your food. If you can't have salt, use whatever kind of other seasoning that you want to use. But we use salt and pepper here. And we do generous amounts because that water is going to boil, it's going to evaporate, and also that tater is going to soak up some of that seasoning. So season it well. Now you can use any kind of French cut green beans you want to. This is what our local Walmart had. They had a little sale on them. So because my pot's so big and I have so many taters and these things will cook up really fast, I just went ahead and got 2 bags of them. And the taters are doing really well. They're not quite completely done, but we're going to add these as my dog has his squeaky chicken. We're going to add these to the pot of boiling water right now. Sorry for that squeaky chicken in the background. Anyway, so you're going to add your salt, your pepper, add it to taste as needed. You're going to also add some onion. If you got fresh onion, just put you a little bit of chopped onion. If not, then use your some onion powder. And see? Starting to look real nice. That way you get you a big scoop, and every scoop that you get for your plate, you got plenty of taters, you got plenty of green beans. You want to make sure that those green beans are tender and they're seasoned to your liking, and that the taters are soft and fork tender when you poke on them. And let them cook for a while. I don't know your stove. You're going to have to figure that out. Meatloaf. I told you we were doing meatloaf. So what you're going to do is you're going to get you one of these, I don't know what this is, a 9x13. Line it with some foil and spray it with some olive oil or avocado oil, whatever you got, whatever you like. Or you can use butter, it's fine. Now I'm going to use some ground beef here, 17%. I'm going to probably use about 3/4 of this. So from right here to here, I'm going to use about that much in a bowl. And I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do to mix meatloaf. Everybody's meatloaf ain't like ours, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody's got a meatloaf, and everybody does what they want to do with their meatloaf. I'm just making it like Granny used to make it. Alright, so here we go. We have got our 17% ground hamburger meat, and I am going to use, like I said, about 3/4 of the way of it. So we're going to squish right down in here. I'm going to take this, put it into my bowl. I like to break it up just a little bit so it's not so stuck together. So I just kind of, you know, run it through a little bit and kind of break it up, big pieces anyway. Let's see if we can get the rest of this. Rocking and rolling out of here. Sometimes it'll do a clean break, sometimes it don't, and you just want to run through, that way you don't got any of the big chunky pieces and stuff like that in there. I don't like messing with meats and food, especially food. If I'm going to be feeding other people and stuff, I'll use gloves the whole time. And I even do it with my own family. It's just me, it's just what I like to do. Alright, so we've got that broke up pretty good. Alright, I'm going to set this to the side because this is going to go into the Ziploc bag, and I freeze what's left over. So the other parts of the meat that I have, I'm going to take this and I'll break it up a little bit, put it in the bottom of that bag. You can use a vacuum sealer if you got one. I don't have the vacuum sealers yet. That's on my list of things to do eventually, or get eventually. I'll put a little bit more in there, and then we'll finish it off with the rest of what's in here, and then we'll chunk that plate thing away. I just squash it down. I take this bag and I squash it down. That shoots the air up out the top like that. That way you're mashing it and the air come up out the top just like that. I kind of get as much air out of it as I can, bend it down, and then I zip it, and then it's pretty good, sealed pretty good. Then I put my date and stuff on it. Now for me, I'll pat it down too, or just a little bit so it lays a little bit more flat, and I'll put my date and stuff on there and what it is in case somebody needs to cook something. Alright, now for our meatloaf, Granny always put Lipton onion soup mix in here. It's wonderful to use Lipton onion soup mix in here, and you can just mix it together with your hands, but we checked and I don't have any of that, so we're going to make our own. It is perfectly fine if you want to use fresh onions, fresh peppers, all that stuff. I have to make mine a little bit different because we have people at the house with stomach issues and other types of special needs. So with that being said, I have to do what I have to do for my folks. So you can season yours to taste ever how you like it. So what we're going to put in here is we're going to put about 4 or 5 dashes of Worcestershire sauce. We're going to put some Worcestershire sauce in here. We're going to put about a 1/2 cup of ketchup in here. We're going to put some garlic salt in there. That way you don't need the extra salt. We'll put the pepper in. We'll put the onion in. And we're going to put a little bit of ground cumin in there. And then we're going to put a little bit of parsley in there too. Give a little bit of a green color. So let's get all that rocking and rolling right now. Now you're going to mix all the stuff up that you saw me mixing it up with your hands, just like that. Now, this is what my granny always did towards the last. You get you a good old egg. You're going to crack you one good old egg right in the top of that. This is also going to act as your binder, right? You got to have some stuff to stick to it. Now, I don't know why. Don't ask me. I don't know why. And she's partaking of glory at present and is not here for me to ask her some extra questions. But she always put quick cook oats in raw, just like that. So what she would do with these oats is she would take them and she would sprinkle them just like that right over the top. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands in there again and you're going to squish all of this together. Then we're going to pat it out and put it in our pan. So let's get to mixing. Now once you get this patted out, you want to get it patted out pretty evenly because you want it to cook as evenly as possible. Now I reckon the reason why Granny made meatloaf like this and didn't put a lot of chunky vegetables and stuff in it is because when we were kids I wasn't too keen on bell peppers, I wasn't too keen on onions. I think it was the texture. So this makes it a whole lot easier if you want to use your dried ingredients, your powdered ingredients. That's why I say Lipton onion soup mix. It's wonderful in here because those little things are just tiny little slivers of onions and it just cooks all in it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take and coat this with ketchup and we're going to put it in a 375-degree oven. And we're going to cook it until it is completely done on the top and on the inside, because I have to have things well done around here. So let's do that. Let's put this here. You can do your ketchup any way you want to. That's up to you. I just like to do little swirly swirls and all kinds of stuff. All it does is just provide a little extra moisture, and then when you're cutting it into little cubes, it just makes it that much cuter. So we just take it and we just use this little brush thing right here and we're just going to paint it. Just paint it. And you, like I said, you do yours different now. You add whatever you want to, whatever you like. But I have a lot of people with some sensory issues here at my house, and they don't can't eat certain things, or they don't like to eat certain things. And this is how we get the flavor and stuff in there. So look, ain't that pretty? Now let's bake it in the oven. We'll show you what it looks like when it's done. No, it's not my lens. It's just this plastic tub that we've got here that we've fixed with a little duct tape hardware cloth on the top. One of my little Bob White girls, Brian here, you know they're all named Jeffrey's the boys, Brian's the girls. It just is what it is. She has been injured. She has bumblefoot and she has also hurt her leg. So we have been soaking her in some, not her whole body, but her legs and her feet in some warm Epsom salt. Now I can't tell you what to do with your Bob White quails, but it seems to work pretty good for ours. And removing her from the quail barn so the boys aren't trying to jiggle her or attack her actually works out pretty good in her little favor. So I'm going to try to not upset her. I'm going to see if she'll let me peek at her on the inside. I'm going to try to open this box and see. If she looks like she's getting too upset, we'll just leave her be. Well, she's kind of calm right now for the most part. So, and a stupid fly got in here. She'll eat him. I mean, he gets close enough to that beak, she'll eat him. She's not in any kind of distress like right now per se, but when we first found her, she was crying quite a bit. So we had to get her, pick her up, take her and get her all fixed nice and dolled up. And anyway, she's doing better. She's doing better. But she's laying down a lot because she even understands as a bird that she needs to rest, and she can't do that in a barn full of Jeffreys who are like, oh my gosh, look at this hot mama here. Let's see if we can jiggle, and she's not able to. Girl, I thought you was going to eat that fly. Brian, come on, man. I know you don't feel good. But we give her lettuce snackies. We've been giving her the GrubTerra grubs, which I'll show you in just a little bit, and she enjoys the extra attention. Alright, this is a thin sliced meatloaf. You can make it as thick as you want it, but here it is. Now we're going to have us some taters, and string beans and some meatloaf, and I have, what I did not show you was a yummy big apple roll in the oven. But we're hungry. We're gonna eat. And I will see you on the next video. Don't forget, we changed our time to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't forget, like, subscribe, share, join us please. If you want to get some free giveaway stuff, go sign up on the email list at CrissyOCluckyChronicles.com. Alright? And as always, if you can't be good at it.